Welcome everyone to our third video series in partnership with Bank of America. Each quarter, we use this format to shed some light on various topics related to homeownership, the API community, solutions to help you grow your business, and help improve your clients' financial wellness. I'm excited to welcome back AJ Buckley, Neighborhood and Community Lending Executive at Bank of America again. Welcome, AJ.
Thank you, Amy. I'm excited to be here again. But today I brought friends. So I've invited Alan Chen and Eva Kwong, our enterprise chairs of our Asian Leadership Network. It's the bank's internal Asian employee resource group. They're going to join me and share about the bank's commitment to the AAPI community and how we actively drive diversity and inclusion within our company. So let me tell you a little bit about them. Alan Chen is a diversity and inclusion executive within the Global Diversity and Inclusion Organization at Bank of America. In addition to driving Bank of America's D&I story forward, he oversees the strategy and initiatives for the bank's Global Diversity and Inclusion Council. He leads the strategy around our Asian employee base and drives progress through key D&I external partners. He also serves as the enterprise chair for our Asian Leadership Network, as well as on the executive leadership team in Atlanta. Eva Kwong is a managing director and head of portfolio implementation at Bank of America's private bank. And in this role, Eva is our national resource on all investment-related processes, initiatives, and projects that impact internal associates and external clients. She is also the co-chair of the Enterprise Asian Leadership Network, representing 21 chapters and over 11,000 members. She has held various roles in the San Francisco leadership education, advocacy, and development for Lead for Women, our Lead for Women organization or employee network. She is currently the executive sponsor of the Silicon Valley Asian Business Council, which develops and expands key relationships and connects our Asian clients and prospects to Bank of America resources.
Wow, welcome Alan and Eva. Today, I'd like us to talk about three topics, okay? Number one, leadership. Leadership in the industry and in our professional lives. Number two, I wanted to dig a little deeper into the topic of diversity. Bank of America's diversity and inclusion efforts, the best practice to help our member diversify and expand the businesses, okay? Number three, I really wanted to talk about, and finally, with the year end upon us, I'd like to spend a moment reflecting and focusing on what really matters. So how we would be able to show appreciation to others, health, family, friendship, and all the stuff. So let's begin with leadership. Let me go first, okay? To me, it really means that we're the one to provide resources and showing the way to others, right? So yes, 2021 been a great year in real estate, but we cannot be too comfortable while business just kind of like fall on our lap. We have to keep looking for new ways to help first-time home buyers, especially to fulfill their American dream. Bank of America is a known leader in the financial services industry. How do you define leadership? And can you share some of the ways the bank is leading in the space of homeownership, diversity, and inclusion?
Thanks, Amy. The topics for today are especially important to the bank and near and dear to me personally. Leadership in business is the capacity of a company's management to set and achieve very challenging goals, take fast and decisive action when needed, outperform the competition, and inspire others to perform at the highest level they can. And so Bank of America has taken the leadership stance on key issues impacting the clients and the communities we serve. As I've talked about before, in 2021, we tripled our community home ownership commitment to $15 billion to provide affordable home ownership to over 60,000 clients through 2025. And I think it's critical that we talk about how you help clients succeed in today's market. How do they stand out in the home ownership queue when there are 23 other people trying to purchase that same home? So let me demystify the digital tools and processes for you and your clients. First, your clients should be educated. Start with our first-time homebuyer online edu series where experts guide them along the home buying process to prepare finances, make an offer, apply for a mortgage, and much, much more. Secondly, let's see what's out there. Head to our real estate center, Bank of America Real Estate Center, where you can research down payment and closing cost grant eligible properties for sale. We continue to have one of the most generous grants in the industry that offers up to $17,500 in combined down payment and closing cost grants. And remember, these are grants, they're not a loan, so the clients don't have to repay them. And then don't forget, last thing, Bank of America grants may be combined externally with other home buying assistance. And then finally, your clients should see what they can afford. Our digital mortgage experience puts them in the control of starting their mortgage process via online or our app. So remember, there's two ways to do that. Pre-qualification letter is good for 90 days in such a competitive market and provides an estimate of what your clients might be able to borrow, which is an offer but not a commitment to lend to a specific amount. You want to have that letter in hand. You want to make sure you bring it with you when you're talking to sellers. And depending on the results, and if you're really ready, then you might want to go through the pre-approval process, which is a fully underwritten loan. Now, again, I said I had some of my colleagues here with me. So Alan, can you share more about the progress towards this commitment, particularly for our Asian American community?
Happy to, AJ. And first of all, thank you so much for, Amy and AJ having me here today. I live here in Atlanta, and ARIA is actually near and dear to me, not only knowing a few of the leadership team here for the ARIA Atlanta chapter, but also I really enjoyed my recent fireside chat with Tim Herr. But to answer your question, AJ, our commitment to D&I really begins inside our company. It is core to who we are. If you think about our US-based workforce, 48% of our US-based workforce is ethnically or racially diverse. If you think about the Asian teammates across the organization, that accounts for 13% of our teammates. And if you think about that, 10% of our senior leaders within our organization are actually Asian. Compare that against our most recent census results that just was recently released in August. The Asian population accounted for 6% of the US population. So we're nearly doubling that in most cases. Also, it is not only within the company, but it also is outside of our company. And I'll tell you, great leaders like AJ really help us bring this to life. Outside of our company, we are committed to D&I through a $1.25 billion commitment to advance racial justice, advocacy, and equality. And a big part of that actually plays into the Asian community. In just over a year, the last 12 months, we've deployed over $400 million, focusing on several different priorities: jobs, small business, housing, health, and many of those actually addressing anti-Asian hate. This year alone, we've done a lot of great things with some of our Asian partners. We've committed $3 million to TAF, the Asian American Foundation. We've directed $1 million to Asian Americans Advancing Justice, National Capacity, the National Coalition for Asian American Pacific Community Development Center, and the Leadership Conference Education Fund. And we've deepened our relationship with many nonprofit partners, including Ascend, NAP, Asia Society, and many others as well. Now, not only did we make those monetary contributions, we also want to make sure that we, talk the talk as we walk the walk. So in addition to that, many of you may know Connie Chung Jo. She is actually the CEO of Asian Americans Advancing Justice Los Angeles, and we've added to her to the bank's National Community Advisory Council, ensuring that the Asian voice has a seat at the table as well. So that's a small part of our journey and a long journey ahead of us, but that's a little bit of insight on what we've worked on.
Wow, Alan and AJ, thank you for sharing your work. Impressive. And I'm now even more proud Bank of America customer. This truly means a lot to us and is certainly inspiring, right? Everything you guys share demonstrated Bank of America's commitment to diversity. It is not only the right thing to do, but critical to grow the business. Recently, I have an encounter at one of my open house. There is a potential buyer came in and wanted to write an offer on my listing. However, she clearly indicated that she felt more comfortable in speaking Spanish. So I was like, oh, I don't have anyone speak Spanish in my team. Well, needless to say, I found her a Spanish-speaking realtor here in my area to communicate with her and represent her well. But this encounter actually triggered me to rethink the importance of diversity in my office. Not just that we can capture more business, but truly service the community to the fullest. Well, can you share more about Bank of America's diversity and inclusion effort and how does D&I play a role in driving business results?
Thank you. And I know you were disappointed, but great news, you took care of the client, right, in that situation. So like diversity and inclusion is core to who we are as a company and how we drive responsible growth. So in fact, we recently conducted a study as part of an ongoing series of research exploring goals, challenges, and everyday realities of small business owners. Our new Asian American Pacific Islander Business Owner Spotlight examines how they are navigating the impact of the pandemic, their goals and priorities, and the effect on the community on their business. So these are really startling numbers. 92% of those surveyed face difficulties keeping their businesses open. They turn to friends, family, local government programs, and other business owners and their small business bankers for resources. 99% said the pandemic created additional stress around running their business. Over 61% said their mental health was impacted, but luckily they found ways to cope, including setting aside time for self-care. Over 70%, around 74% changed or will change their approach to employee wellness and benefits. And then finally, 90% will make operational changes, with 80% adopting new digital tools to help with business recovery. So we take pride in understanding our clients, in particular, understanding the unique challenges of small business owners like many ARIA members, so that we can better serve them and their businesses. Understanding and respecting the diversity of our employees is equally as important at Bank of America. So my other colleague, Eva, as one of our enterprise leaders for our Asian Leadership Network, can you take a moment and share more about our network and our focus internally with our employees?
Absolutely, AJ. And AJ and Amy, thank you both for having me here. I just wanted to really share that ARIA's mission and commitment to making the American dream more achievable for everyone, with a particular emphasis on the AAPI community, really resonates with me. And as an American-born daughter to immigrant Chinese parents, I certainly understand the importance and the emphasis that's placed on achieving the American dream, which includes homeownership, yes, but also building a career that would enable that homeownership, and then a career that supports, our families and our lifestyles, and then ultimately aids in our mission and responsibility to also give back to our communities. And so the Asian Leadership Network, or ALN, here at the bank creates opportunities for our associates to really do all of those things. ALN is one of the 11 employee networks at the bank. And as AJ mentioned earlier, we have 21 chapters now over our 22-year history across the US, with now approaching approximately 12,000 associates who have joined, really looking for opportunities to develop leadership skills for both their personal as well as their professional growth, to look for a platform to address and raise awareness of issues that matter to us, to celebrate and share our culture, and then to also give back to our local communities. And I also wanted to take the moment to share an example of our community work that ties directly into ARIA's mission. And this is through our delivery of our Better Money Habits curriculum. We can deliver it directly to individuals, so school-aged kids all the way to young adults, and even folks purchasing their first homes. We can deliver it in language, so across various different Asian languages, as well as with English. We really do believe, like ARIA, that education and access to resources are keys to success. So this curriculum is free, and again, we offer it directly to individuals and families, as well as working to deliver the content with our nonprofit partners. With that, Alan, I know you are our D&I executive within our global D&I organization, so I'm sure you've seen our D&I efforts play out across our company. Anything else you'd like to add there?
Yeah, happy to, Eva. Thank you so much for that great information. I think about this in a couple different ways. One, numbers, and then two, really real life examples, right? We have some great friends over at Coquel, formerly known as the Center for Talent Innovation, and three really important stats come to mind for me. And think about these and see if they resonate with you. One, 57% saw more collaboration among their teams. Two, 60% more likely to see ideas develop. And three, which probably a lot of you will resonate with, is 70% were more likely to have captured new market share in the past year. Just think about those stats. The second is, just real life examples. How many times have you, sat at a table and said, I never thought about it that way, or said or thought, that's a really good idea. And the reason for that is, there is diversity of thought leadership at that table. You have folks at the table who have unique thoughts, unique perspectives, who add value to your organization or your team. I'll give you an example here, or not here, but actually out in LA, we have a wonderful contact center. We found a need to support our API community. That contact center, actually in Glendale and Alhambra, actually only speaks Asian languages for our clients. So we found an opportunity that we needed to deliver for our company, not only to drive customer and client satisfaction, but also to drive support for the API community whenever they have a need and there's language barriers. The last thing I'll kind of give to you as well that has kind of played out to our clients, our financial centers. If you actually go out to bankofamerica.com right now, you can actually buy Bank of America red envelopes. So Lunar New Year is coming around. It's going to be the year of the tiger. Go to bankofamericastore.com, get those red envelopes, ways to really for us to connect to the API community.
Thank you so much, Alan. I'll definitely go online, and everyone loved the red envelope, especially with some money in there, right? So that you can feed the lions during the Chinese New Year events, right? So, well, I wanted to close our conversation by really truly reflecting on 2021. What a year it has been. Me as a RA National President, I'm known to be a lockdown president, right? So I got a chance to communicate with more of my chapter leaders all over the US. In the last 12 months, I tell you, there's so many different things happen to each other's, right? Some lost a family member due to COVID, sickness, tragedy happens. But at the end of the day, we all get back up and move forward. Stand up tall and strong. Certainly, health, family, and friends are most important. On a personal level, I'm taking this holiday season to let them know that I care and how much I love them. But professionally, I'm determined next year I will diversify my workforce in the office and will prepare my client for pre-approval now in order to capture the spring market. Can each one of you share your closing thoughts on what really matters to you personally and professionally?
I'll get started and Alan and Eva can pick up. So professionally, and by the way, thank you for sharing, Amy. I think it's really important in this partnership that we're able to have this conversation and share both of these professional and personal reflections and focus on next year. So personally, I reflect every day on our purpose, and it makes me really proud. At Bank of America, we aim to help make financial lives better through the power of every connection. And that comes in many ways, through our tools that I talked to you about, our resources, our people, and expertise, excuse me. And if I think about what my team and I do, it's one of the most rewarding feelings to know that we help individuals and families do something they thought that wasn't even possible, purchase a home and build a legacy for years to come. Personally, I will always reflect on and I'm grateful for those who have paved the way for me, my ancestors, my family, my mother, who is my hero, my mentors. Without them, I wouldn't have the opportunity to serve and make it my mission to pay it forward for those following me. So Alan, do you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough act to follow, both Amy and AJ. But, I think we talked a little about it earlier in this conversation, and I'd mentioned Lunar New Year and the year of the tiger coming up next year, but I also remember 2021 is the year of the ox. And what are ox known for, right? They are strong, they're resilient, and I cannot think of a better way or better representation of 2021 in the year in general. It's been a roller coaster. For us to endure 2021, we had to be strong and we had to be resilient. But like we mentioned earlier, 2022 is the year of the tiger. And what do you think about when you think of a tiger? Strong, aggressive, going out there, getting that market share. And I think that's a huge opportunity for us as we come out of this ox type of scenario into the year of the tiger. So that's what I think about, AJ and Amy. So Eva, anything else?
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. So as I reflect on 2021, I have personally sort of really witnessed and experienced the power of community and education in driving change. So I think 2021 has really taught me and reinforced sort of my belief in meeting people where they are and encouraging people to just kind of come as they are, right? That's really the power of diversity and connectivity. So from a professional perspective, I'm definitely proud of the bank's efforts to not only reflect the communities that we serve and that we work and that we live in, but to truly be present in them. And this partnership and these types of conversations are, a really great example of that. And then for me personally, it's just remembering to not take anyone or anything for granted. That goes, family, friends, colleagues, because you just never know what tomorrow brings. So really kind of choosing to be present. So I guess I'll just end with my piece on, we're definitely stronger together and we're definitely better when we're connected.
Thank you all for joining me today. Wishing you all a magical holiday season and a bright and beautiful 2022. So I see you guys next time.